Hi, it's Tim Hagen from Progress Coaching, and welcome to another episode of Coaching Conversations. And I wanted to make you aware of something very cool that we're doing on a subscription basis, and we'll put a link in each one of our episodes. But every Wednesday, we're going to be doing what we call an audio podcast workshop. That workshop will be roughly about 14 to maybe 20 minutes per episode, with each month having a theme from a coaching model, using feedback strategically, to coaching self-awareness, and so on. So if you could, look in the body or in the content description of each episode, and you will see a link where you can join this subscription. These are literally 4 workshops every month, teaching specific strategies to address a particular area of workplace coaching, as it relates, again, to things like awareness, motivation, teamwork, and what have you. Here's the cool thing. It's only $10 per month, and each month you will get a handout that we will follow along with. So we also give you a tool for you to take notes as we go through each episode. We hope you'll check it out.
If you're coaching someone or even coaching yourself to develop more self-awareness, one of the things that we have to do is take action, yet we also have to be accountable to the process. And the cool thing about self-awareness is it opens up so many doors. We often say, well, I didn't mean it that way. That wasn't my intention. And what that really says is, I might be lacking awareness of the impact of my message, what I'm saying, how I'm acting, how I'm approaching people. So when you think about actions of developing self-awareness, I go back to a very fundamental thing. If not for yourself, and I would encourage you to do it for yourself as well as other people, to do 2 to 3 listening chats a month and journal them. And what you do is you go up to somebody and say, you know what, Susie, give me some feedback on where you feel like I'm a great teammate and where you feel like I could, raise my game. You don't even have to use the words constructive or feedback. And when someone gives you that information, just say thank you. Let's be candid. People don't even want to give each other feedback because it's uncomfortable. We don't know how people are going to react. And if you can do that and you sit in the moment and you just say thank you, what happens is you build up a repertoire of better communication. People are more apt to approach you. Now, the second thing, not only do you take action, yet you have to be accountable. And we call it a learning project. So let's say you're coaching someone who is really lacking self-awareness. I would say every week or 2 weeks, say to somebody, Julie, I want you to come in every week with the result of 1 listening chat. I want you to share with me how you approach the person, what you learned from the feedback, and more importantly, what you positively put into action by the time we get together based on the feedback that you received. Now, what happens is that learning project drives the next coaching conversation. Now, the funny thing is, employees interact with each other all the time. So the excuse of, well, I didn't have time really isn't suffice because a listening chat takes literally 10 minutes. Now, the cool thing is when you do that, what that actually represents is an opportunity and a cadence to continue to practice. But the learning project is conducted between conversations. It drives the next conversation. So for example, Julie, a couple weeks ago, I asked you to come in with 2 examples where you executed learning chats or listening chats. And what did you learn? More importantly, what did you learn about yourself? What did you put into action? And that cadence between coaching sessions builds accountability. We have to be accountable. We have to take action when it comes to self-awareness. Now, someone was just asking me, what do you do when someone just lacks self-awareness? And they're just totally unaware and they just can't, it's impossible for them to become self-aware. And I said, you mean they have blind spots? They just don't even look at reality. And this woman said, yeah, you can't really do anything. I said, well, it's not instantaneous success, but people practice a lack of self-awareness. And she looked at me funny. And I said, it's kind of like a person with a negative attitude. People with negative attitudes practice having negative attitudes. Think about it. Do you have that friend in your life who's always, yeah, that won't work? Where do you want to go for dinner? It's not, I don't want to go to Italian. No matter what you say, they kind of negate or take an opposite view or the yeah, but you. That takes practice. A negative attitude can be, I don't think it can be perfected, but people are really good at it. So you have to reverse engineer That's where the practice, that's where the application, that's where the actions, that's where the accountability actions, which we call learning projects between coaching sessions, will serve you very well. Remember, self-awareness requires action and accountability. Thank you for listening to another episode of Coaching Conversations by Tim Hagen and Progress Coaching. Now, our company is always coming out with new and innovative solutions to help leaders coach their employees. And recently, we just created a new service called Coach to You, where leaders can pick and choose topics and assign 7 to 21-day programs for employees to learn and, more importantly, apply actions and then reflect and share what they're going to do going forward as a result of the learning. It's called Coach to You. We're literally bringing coaching to your employees. If you're intrigued, we'll have a link in each one of our episodes where you can get more information. And again, thank you so much for listening to another episode.